I will.
Hello. Hello
Hello,
there.
hello there. Yes, this is our new live stream. Now, there's meant to be one more person here, and the thing is, it is a prototype. It's the original zero episode. So anything can happen in this episode. But if anybody wants to come on or be a part of this live stream in the future, we've got one topic tonight. What we're going to talk about. First off, we're going to talk about ourselves because I know you people know about me. People know about that probably, but maybe not. Maybe if you're watching for the first time, you thought, "Who's these good-looking, handsome guys?" You know, you never know.
Who could they
So,
be?
what we're going to do is we're going to start off with. Well, Lak's going to start off first. He's going to talk about himself. 5 minutes. I know. No, it's going to be more than that. Then we're going to
Oh,
go. We're going to go and
I'm gonna do
show.
it less.
We're going to show what we've picked up this week, and that'll take me about 5 hours. But then we're going to talk. We are the Toy Council. The Toy Council is in session.
We are. Yes, we are the Toy Council, and
Yes.
the session is open.
And we are going to argue.
Well, I mean,
We are
who
good.
knows?
We are good friends, but we are going to
Yes.
argue. I was going to swear then,
Yes.
but we're not going to swear. Well,
Okay.
are we? Are we?
Is that okay?
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
won't if you
One or
won't.
two.
How
One or
about
two's
that?
fine. But we're going to
One or
talk
two
about
is fine.
the toy
Light
industry.
words.
And the question tonight is: are adults buying toys for themselves? And is it helping the toy industry? That's what we're going to talk about
Right.
later. But
Also, the question is though, Mark, from that article is apparently now what is an adult, which is what I thought was offensive about that article you sent. Apparently, that's the
yes,
question too, which I think. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll rein
Duffman's
myself
here.
in.
I'm here.
Duff man.
Rick's here.
Yeah.
He invited all the bots by the look of it.
Rick, come on, Rick. If you're not, if you're not busy or whatever.
That's what gets me about snow. The snow comes down, everybody gets their atats out, don't they?
Oh
People
yeah.
don't do it. It'll ruin
Yeah.
your prostate.
No, get the power of the force.
Mr.
too.
Rolando,
Bro,
the
my brother.
you cannot do a live stream without Rolando. It's
No.
it's the law. It is
There
the
he
law.
is, right there.
It is the law.
The law.
Mr. Lawbot. Oh,
Lobot.
the lowest of the bots. Jesus for Trigger, hello there. Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Dave's
T
here.
for T. T for T. How are you?
Uh,
Lobot, nice to see you here among us.
Tom's here as well. Well, hello, Tom. How are you?
Hello.
Right,
What's
so
going on, Tommy?
we're going to let Mr. Lak talk now. He's smoking his pipe.
Indubitably. I am Lak Sivrak, and that's Mark right there on the big
We're
screen.
going to change that
I am.
around.
All
There
right,
we go.
I'm good. I am Lak Sivrak. Y'all may or may not know that, and I appreciate it if you do or don't. Talk about me. I don't know. It's too much. I'm a spirit in the wind. I'm an interdimensional being who enjoys many eclectic things about this world and other worlds. Being, that I am a demigod, why would I not like action figures? Because that's what we do, is it not? My home on this planet is Alaska, the state of Alaska. I currently am not in that location, as the mothership has landed somewhere else. And that is Lak Sivrak. And I collect many things. What do you think of that, Mark? I thought that was pretty good.
Is that it? Is that what you do? Is that you do have the floor for 5 minutes?
What? 5 more minutes. Hey, look.
I'm taking that off. That's the one.
I'm just a man trying to make my way in the galaxy. I love that hat, Mark. Don't lose it. No. If there's anything I can say, there's a lot that Lak has to say. So come by the Lak Sivrak channel. All right. There's a lot of eclectic taste. There's a lot of discussions we can have, and I think we can have fun doing it. I was raised subsistence in the wilderness in Alaska. That's like my claim to. That's my Davy Crockett story. Now I'm in society. and I want to talk to people about my point of view of things, And in part of that is collecting, and that's how I know Mark and Star Wars, and even in the little village in Alaska, everybody loves Star Wars, and everybody had comic books and cartoons, and we all remember it, which we'll talk about in that article too, which pissed me off. But so yeah, I've never had to explain myself. I actually don't know how to do that. But come by the Lak Sivrak channel, you guys, and watch the rest of this episode, and you'll see, And Mark, I can't be put on the spot more than that because it makes me nervous.
Favorite color?
How about that?
Boxes or briefs?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let me see here. I will answer that. Favorite color right now, currently probably green. Sativa or indica depends on time of the day. Commando on the boxers or briefs. None of the above at all, unless it's cold, and then I wear long johns. But no. What about you?
Me? I'm just me.
Yeah. I know it's hard to explain that.
I'm just me.
I have no labels. I have no labels.
Born in 1970, I collected Batmobiles up until 1978 when Star Wars came along. For 78 for us. I know it was 77, but 78 for us. And then just everything changed. I had Action Man, but nothing as good as Star Wars figures when that came along, and that was it. I collected other things as well, but Star Wars has stayed with me. I've been married twice, one for 20 years, which I wasn't allowed to do anything, so I was out of collecting. I was buying things for my son. Basically, that's the only time I was toy collecting back then, which, it wasn't for me. But then I met my second wife, and she let me do anything I wanted, more or less. So she actually allowed. She says, I remember when I went out. I said, "Am I all right to buy this?" She says, "Well, it's your money. You buy what you want." I went, "Okay." I think I went a bit overboard. And she says, "You should have a shop." So guess what? We got a shop. That lasted about 2 or 3 years. And then I did a podcast. I started doing podcasting for Talk Star Wars, which I really enjoyed, and started doing a podcast of my own back in 2019. And it became a chore, so I came over to YouTube, and here I am. That's it.
And aren't we glad?
Well,
I mean, I'm having a good time. Shit. Oh, was that my one? I apologize. You seemed very prepared on your intro there. I was not.
No, I'm nothing prepared.
No, that was great. You're a natural.
I'm used to doing this kind of shit.
Well, somebody asked me, "Hey, who are you, Lak?" And I totally don't have an answer for that, to be honest with you. But we like a lot of Lak goes commando. You're damn right he does.
Yeah, there's last channel. The Nightbot will be distributing links as well. Daft Muzza.
Muzza. How are you, young man?
Why is it everybody from down under called Daft? You notice that?
I did kind of notice that, but I do not know why. Yeah. We should ask them. Yeah. We should ask them that. It's kind of cool, though, right? That's the one thing. It is, yeah. Man, my mind was blown when Darth was the title, right? Because for the first however many years until you see when.
Oh, we've lost him. He's still there. But I think.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, I just got a. My Instagram. Somebody on Instagram called me, who's obviously not watching us. God damn her.
And again, informed you again. Why does Luke always look so cool when he lives 25 miles from the equator? Oh, yeah. Answer the phone, answer the phone. So yeah, I would let Lak go first on what he's picked up. So I think I'll go first. With what I'll tell you what. I picked up a few things. That have come to do videos on. I'm doing some special videos this week. about the things that I picked up, the things that I wanted for Christmas. I've done the first one today, which is a terrible tank, which was a terrible noise. I do apologise for that video. I could do a re-editing that, but I'm not going to do. You'll have to plug your ears. So he's back again.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know.
He's back again. So yeah, I have a couple of things that I need to film, which I'm not going to show, obviously, because it'll be spoilers. But I picked up a couple of Daleks last week. I finally picked some. I found some. The only thing is it was torn, unfortunately. I've just got today, which I'm going to be doing a video on the DB5. So I've got the book, and it has got the Lotus Esprit as well. So yeah, I need to read that because I have got a box full of lots of Aston Martins in here, all different ones. I've got the original. I've got the original DB4, which is what the DB5 is based on. I've got a brand new original, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to do the history of the DB5, and I've got a few more. I just need to read and get everything perfect and research for my videos. Yes, I do research my videos.
Awesome.
I'll let you go now, and I'll tell you about what Chris has sent me.
Okay. You said let me go now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, this is something that I actually got on eBay for like $3 plus $3 shipping.
That's going to work.
This is that's my vintage pickup. What do you think of that? That's cool. I'm not even in Alaska now. I flew the mothership all the way to Florida just for this broadcast. Yeah, check that out. This is 94. Toy Biz 94, I think. No, not, but yeah, Cable. I thought this was a cool X-Man up until they told us it was Cyclops' grandson or whatever, right? 'Cause I do not like. And I picked this up actually around November, and not many people have seen it. But so now I'm a Golden Girls collector, which I'm very excited about.
Not showing.
What's not showing?
Carry on. I just need to sort something out.
Okay. Carry on.
Carry on.
Dylan, if you're watching, he is my #1 Patreon channel member. He sent this over for a custom that we need. It's a very recent pickup. I'm very excited about. Pardon me. Excuse me. My old lady picked this up at Target. Which we'll probably give to the children, obviously, for Christmas. Okay. But we are looking for a second one. Yeah, this is cool, ain't it? I told her we need to find a second one, and we'll put it away for 25 years, and it will be really cool then. And on that same Target run, we picked up this McFarlane. This is the
I don't need that.
The Villain's Lair. Do you? This is. If I see another one, I'll get it, man.
Yeah, I don't need that.
No problem. And then if anybody saw this, I picked this figure up, and if you saw my video today, it was a big disappointment. And if you can see, I have already started working on him basically by removing all of the baloney. Right? I cut his vest off. I took this weird samurai apron off. I took all this junk off his arms and his epaulette weird things and that weird thing on his head. So now he's starting to actually look like Nightwolf a little bit. So, but this is and look what this McFarlane figure did, Mark. I took it out of the package and I said, "Oh, I don't know if I like this." And then I looked at it and it went, bloop.
You'd be a bit more gentle with them. You'd be all right with NECA, wouldn't you? You get out of a NECA.
Yeah, I like
there'd
that
be nothing
NECA.
left of it.
Ooh, I like. No, I have NECA. I love it. I haven't broken any NECAs yet. I love that NECA. I got 2 Phantoms. Oh my God, that's horrific. And What are you doing to that horse? I'm turning my volume down some. That was awful.
You better do.
I have not broke. I have two phantoms and a Ming the Merciless NECAs, and I
Yeah, I love
love them.
that.
I think.
I love
Oh,
that,
I
mate.
think they're so. Man, there's two Mings, right? Or there's actually three. There's the Defenders of the Earth line, then there's the original Superheroes line, and then there's that Comic Con exclusive, which is there's a
Yeah,
all red one, all green one, and then the one from the cartoon that's like purple and red and all the colors. So cool. NECA for the win, man. I mean,
yeah, I do like
in
NECA.
its own little
I
category.
mean,
I do too.
I've had a couple that have broke, but yeah,
Mhm.
they fell off the shelf. And the ankles, both of them, Doc Brown and Starlight from The Boys, the ankles broke.
Uh, really?
Yeah.
See, I've heard stuff about NECA being, but was that like a time frame issue? Like, is that not the case now? Maybe.
You are you're supposed to heat them up or something, aren't you, with a hairdryer or something like that? Like I need a hairdryer, but yeah,
I mean, that's what they
yeah,
say, but
like I mean, you can see the shelf there where the Doc Brown is. It fell off there, fell on the floor.
Mhm.
So yeah,
and broke.
broke. Yeah, broke his
That's
ankle.
crazy.
And it's funny that both the figures are
Mine
broken.
hasn't
Their
fallen.
ankles are broken.
Huh. I know Duffman has a NECA Gremlin that the leg broke. I think falling off the shelf. Same story. So, but knock on wood, mine's fine. Yeah, if there, I'm not. I can't.
Yeah, Dave
You know
doesn't
my
like
views on
NECAs.
NECA. Acro Dave. Oh,
I mean, I know
well, it's
people that've
different
got
stroke.
NECAs
I mean,
through the
I don't know.
post or whatever, and they've broken before they've taken it out of the box. So there is a quality issue with NECA.
Really?
But I just feel that
Yeah, they're
the
yeah, must
sculpts
be.
and the quality of the figures outweighs anything that might happen. The thing is, though, they don't replace anything. They will not replace anything, which is
The other thing about NECA is what where the fuck you're gonna get? Oh, sorry, where are you gonna get this? You know, I mean,
yeah.
where are you gonna get the Golden Girls in an action figure form, right? I mean, that's
Didn't they do a comic on
NECA could make them out of glass. I don't know. I do know that there's two. I do know that there's a variant of Rose. That's all I know so far in my little bit of research. Oh gosh, what's her name? We all know Betty White. Her character Rose. There are two variants. That's all I can tell you, definitively as of right now. Maybe it's just a sprain. Yes, maybe.
Well, the thing is, I've got like really strong glue that I'll just glue them back on, and they just stand up anyway. So it's not like I'm
Right,
playing.
right.
It's not like I'm playing with them, is it? They're just there to.
This is not even an
Yeah.
articulated point.
Will
Is
that
what I thought was strange.
will that pop back in?
No, there's no popping there. See, look, it's like a stud and a stud, and it's like supposed to be just glue.
So that's just been glued together.
Yeah, and it's not even they on the box, right? It says 22 points of articulation. Well, one of them is not the waist, like every other action figure since the beginning of time, which makes absolutely no sense.
You want to get in touch with McFarlane. You do. See, if, that'd be a good video for you to just to get
Even
in touch
Power
with
of
them.
the Force 2, which people. Yeah, well, maybe. Now, I have a video when I broke it, but it was very on the spot,
Yeah, I watched it.
so I don't know how appropriate.
I've just been watching it today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how
Honestly,
appropriate it was.
And I didn't comment, but number 2.
Oh, okay. That's your choice?
Yeah.
I thought that was, yeah. I learned that from Mojo
Mojo
McDojo Life. Oh, man. Who is not has anything to do with this community, but McDojo Life is a funny YouTuber, and at the very end of his thing, he asked something really weird like that.
What's the most obscure figure you own? Obscure figure?
Hmm.
What's one of the most obscure ones? See, with valuations, you don't really get that much obscure ones because people are bringing the collections, and yeah, it's not really an obscure thing. But I do have
question. Okay, let me look real quick.
I do have. I'm not. I love Japanese figures. I love Takara and Japanese figures.
Obscure.
I got sent this Mega Man, which I
nice.
love. That's probably my
Very
most
nice.
obscure figure I do have. That's on display. I really like that. And I would like to have more of them, but they are really. I'm not going to say weird, but they are. The Japanese figures are strange, aren't they? Really strange, but it's just so. That's just so cool. I love more of those. I do have a random adventure person as well, which I'd love. I would love the full set of these as well. I love.
Yeah, those are
people.
cool.
That
I don't know
I thought
about.
there was a head under here, but there isn't. That is his
Oh,
head.
there's not?
The helmet is his head.
Oh, that's cool.
I do have a creature from it as well. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, good question. Good question. That.
Yeah, obscure. I want to read the question real quick. Question. What's the most obscure one that you've seen? Okay. So obscure that I own, which may not even be obscure. I have to say that this Playmobil Indian, which is an original 74. I'm trying. I don't want to get him off that horse because it gets brittle.
Those are cool.
This set is, you can find this set, and this horse doesn't come from the set. But yeah, that Indian comes with a canoe, which I just broke, but it doesn't break, actually. It just comes apart. That Indian comes with this set.
Yeah.
And that is a fairly obscure set. You can find it every once in a while, and but it is definitely expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, $60, whatever. Not expensive for that little piece of plastic. The only other I would say obscure is this Britain's. Let me see the year real quick.
72.
71.
Ooh.
England. Okay, so this is.
I won't fire off for it.
No, you weren't. But so here's Britain's 71, and I think this is supposed to be like their rendition of General Lee, or some sort of Confederate general, right?
Cool.
But this is not an easy one to find. They
I'm
have an officer.
I'm watching a big lot of Britons on.
Oh, are you?
At the moment, yeah, it's got some.
I'm sure there's more obscure ones than American Civil War ones, but. And when I was little, I had some real original lead ones, but they were lost in a big catastrophe, basically, and they were lost, But yeah, those are probably my two obscure. They're not hard. I mean, you can find them, but they're not. They're not a dime a dozen.
Yeah. So NECA want the not to be removed. I think the first wave of the retro collection, I think they expected them not to be removed because none of the blasters could be held. The Star Wars retro wave, because it was made. I think it was made in China, the first wave, and they were really, really rubbish. And I think since then they've been made in Vietnam and a lot better. So I think they expected them not to be removed from the package.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
that leads into what we're going to be talking about later about adult collectibles.
Right. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous not to. I mean, I have to get two if I really like it. I have no set law, but if I really like it, whether it's the character or the figure or whatever, I'm getting two. One to rock and one to stock. Blue, hello. Just so everybody knows, Mark is in charge of the chat, and I have to put the camera where I look sexy, and I can't read all the comments. So if I missed anything, don't take it personal, please. I'm just not.
Porky, hello there.
Hello there. I started copying your hello there. So I used to say hello, friends, like Boba Fett in the cartoon. But then I
Britain's
realized, like,
figures made just for your dad.
What?
What?
That's cool. Made some Britain's figures.
Tom,
What?
dark horse.
Is that why he asked that
You
question?
might have told me that before, and I probably forgot.
That's why he asked that
You know.
question. Oh, no. I see. Tom.
Most obscure figure I have is Lak. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
saying
same
something before
here.
you interrupted me.
He's a one of a kind. He's one of a kind.
Most obscure I have is Lak Sivrak. Yeah. Really? This one?
Yeah, I still need to pick one of those up. They're all like £15.
This is what?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Apparently, I'm driving the price up.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Going back to Left Coast.
Hey, does anybody have
Left Coast got a Mr. T figure that I'm sure he's a prototype. I'm sure because I did have a
really. That's pretty obscure.
And a tiny USS Enterprise, which was for the motion picture, and they did produce tiny dinky ones that they did produce for the motion picture. But the radar dish on the front of the sauce, underneath the saucer section, oh my god, is supposed to be built in the motion picture, in the movie version. But this wasn't. This was like the original TV version, and I've never seen another one before. I've still got a picture of it somewhere, and I will find it. I'll find it, and I'll show you.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's.
Awesome. I always thought I bought it for £20. I found it in the antique place, and I thought that's unusual. So I picked it up. I don't know where the hell it is. Well, I do, but yeah. So yeah,
I had a couple of things I lost. I wish I had. That's for sure. That's awesome.
Robot figure from a Kinder Egg when they first came out, 2-inch tall. That's 4PO, eh? It comes with a snap together rocket cycle. Oh my god. That's cool.
Wow. Yep.
Zoids. Yeah, they still make Zoids actually. I've got a couple. I have got a couple knocking about.
Are those are those fairly obscure? Star Yours I've been looking for.
They keep trying to sell those Zoids and they never do well. I can remember them being on the shelves at Woolworths.
That's super obscure.
Yeah, but they are cool. They are cool. Yeah. Yeah, if you can find them, Tom, I'd like to see those.
Is Mark, is Zords and the Star Yours, are those connected somehow in that universe?
Probably. Zoids was connected to a lot of things, or they tried to connect it to a lot of things to sell it.
Oh, was it? It's like Transformers and then Tron and shit like that.
And then some stupid kid choked on it. Yeah, that was the Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah, I know that story. I don't know why.
And people think the Rocket Fighting Boba Fett got cancelled because of that, and that's bullshit.
No.
That is bullshit.
How about this?
How about not get it to work for the price point?
Does anybody remember this?
Yeah, well, that Burger King, Pizza Hut.
My old lady said Taco Bell, but anybody's guess is as good as
we've only just started getting Taco Bell over here, so we wouldn't have had that back
then. My old lady showed me this today. She said, "What do you think of that?" And I said,
"That's cool."
Oh wow, I remember that.
That's Ralph McQuarrie.
That's like the special edition. Nope, that's the scene, the real Wampa from the.
That looks like the Ralph McQuarrie picture to me, but yeah.
Up close, well, maybe no. Up close, it definitely looks more like a picture from the movie, right? And then there's our boy. But I haven't seen that in however many years. And the only scene that's, I told her though, I said, I'm Lak Sivrak. I can't approve of the special editions. And I'm much more offended by that lap T Nick removal than anything else, to be honest with you. Anyway, how is that for obscure? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you can buy that on eBay, but I haven't seen that for 27 years or 32 years or however long that was.
I mean, they are pretty obscure with some of the toys.
how is that not broken? You know, it's like hanging
Yeah.
on by a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And I just broke
And
it. No, I
it is
didn't.
broken now.
Yeah, no, it's not. I thought it was, but no, it's not. That's hilarious.
So we were expecting Brett to come on. He's had an emergency call out. So
Yes, sir.
hopefully next time. Don't know when we'll be doing it again. If it all goes well, if you thumb up this video and it does really well, we'll be doing them maybe every week.
Mhm.
Or even more. We don't know. We
Yes.
don't know yet.
Well,
This
so
is just a
Mark,
prototype episode.
right? Mark, what is next on the agenda for the council? I know we don't have a quorum, but we can still go. Right? It's either go through
Yeah,
the motions.
you need the notes, don't you? I've got my
Yeah,
gavel
let's go.
somewhere. I've got my gavel. I can bang the gavel if you want. Yes, the council is in
Yeah.
session, and we do take questions from the floor as well.
Here. Oh shit! I'm dropping everything.
If anybody wants to come on after we've talked about the article, the article for today, the topic for today is this article, which is I've linked it in the description down below if you want to go read it. But it's adults are buying toys for themselves, and it's the biggest source of growth for the industry, which we kind of know about. You did say before that it really pissed you off, this article. So I'll let you have the floor, and I'll let you.
Okay, I'll be quick, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen of the council.
Let you know.
Upon reading this article, there were many points. There were many points brought up, but the one that stuck out in my mind, and I do not have the article open here to quote to you. I'm sure Mark, y'all will see it. But there's a quote that questions what adulthood is now versus obviously what it was considered. And the quote goes on to mention, that toys and playing with things and doing, basically talking bad about his own customers.
Yeah.
Is not something that our forefathers did, and even alluding to the fact that that's not something that a real blooded man would do. And that stuck out, and there was also a few things before that I thought were goofy, but that's what stuck out to me. And I don't want to say I was highly offended, because I'm not any of those things that he wants to label us as, but it blew my mind that a person would come to that conclusion, because the first thing I thought was curators and museums. That's one of the things I always wanted to do as a child, right? When I was a child, I put my figures up in a display form, just like we as adults do now. I've been doing this for 37 years. I never played with them. This is what I did. And I always thought it'd be cool to be like a curator in the museums who make the little tiny dioramas of the battlefields and stuff, right? And like that's a very adult thing, and that's been an adult thing since any of us watching has been born. Am I wrong? So I thought that was a point ill made by that person. Also, model trains came into being used by actual train companies. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but all of that has been like, now when you see the lights and all that stuff on the wall, like all that started from model train sets. And like even in something like, if anybody's been in the military, or if anybody's made a plan to do anything real serious, or if you've seen Andor, when Mimic's character makes the diorama of the place that they're going to storm, and has it all to scale, and he has the little figures and everything. Is that not all the same thing that we're talking about? So I question that person saying what anything that we might be doing by buying or collecting or making stop motion videos or whatever it is you might be doing with your collection of toys. I feel that's a wrong statement. I collect firearms, and a lot of people in a circle that collect firearms, they call them their toys. A lot of people I know, they have T-shirts that say "He who dies with the most toys wins," and those people are talking about their four-wheelers and their airplanes and their. So what is a toy, and when are you not an adult? And are you not an adult because you're having fun? That all sounds like brainwashing stuff. So that article made me everything in that I quit. I couldn't stand anything past that, and it made me offended for everyone on Earth, you know, and and makes me really want to talk to that person eye to eye in a serious way, not in an anger 5 minutes in a room, not that, but like I just the gall to me for somebody to it's totally wrong headed. Um, and I will sum up with this. That's also not the point I think you want to make to people who you've obviously said is making the highest money for your company. So I think it was offensive, and at very least you should be nice to us and not say that we're man babies if that's what you think. That's just
Yeah.
marketing 101, right? I'm not going to tell you you're stupid and then try to sell you something, right? Like we've all remember Mr. Haney, right? Nobody wants to buy anything from Mr. Haney. So anyway, that was my thing. I think all points before and after that by this article were just invalidated by that because you don't understand, and we all agree you don't understand. These people do not understand their customers. We've all said that. Everybody in this
No,
community,
no.
whether you
Hasbro, though.
agree with them or don't disagree with them, right? Hasbro, yes, absolutely. You know. So anyway, I adjourn the floor to you, sir.
Right, we've got another council member coming in right now. Coming in hot is Brett.
I am here.
Hello there.
Sorry for the late arrival.
That's fine.
Council business. Council business.
Hello, friends.
Yes.
We have a quorum.
Yes.
We have
It's
a
all right.
quorum if you have $1.25.
Good to see you in the black.
Yes.
It is. Good to see you in the back alley by the dumpster, Brett.
Yes.
I see you're working hard.
We have an outside council member. Rolando says, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
And Dave is very angry, and he doesn't give a fuck what it says. He do what he pleases.
Thank you, sir.
It's not bothering anybody else. Which, yeah.
Right. What have I missed?
Exactly.
You missed everything.
Oh, nothing.
Right, we'll carry on. We'll carry on with this. We'll carry on with council business. We'll carry on with this, and then we'll circle back, and we'll talk about you.
We were just giving our opinions. On that article currently. On the article, which I
Tina
only went for a few minutes, and I'm sure you know how I. Hey Tina, how are you? That's my neighbor. Not really, but kind of. That's my neighbor.
Cool.
I dug like a little positive nugget out of that.
I mean, not really. They're like, okay, I'd love to hear that.
Well, the positive nugget was where it talked about adults, and it said something about to the effect of like the new age of adults. Most of us are people who are nostalgic and remembering things from our youth, and so we're the ones buying up all these toys and things that remind us of those times. If I look at it from that take, that kind of sums me up too, because being a Star Wars fan in particular, the nostalgia factor is that I want to collect these toys that I had as a kid. So yeah, I'm all over the place. I want vintage, I want new stuff. I want there's higher end collectibles and things like that too. So I feel like I missed out on a lot of that in my teen years. So I took that from the article, that sort of a positive way to look at it. It was kind of saying like it was redefining, what's the word? Like maturity. It was saying, people are immature kind of.
I'll just bring it up for a bit. And it is actually saying, defining as ages 12 and older.
Right.
Which, for me, up until you're 16, you're a child.
I agree.
You're not an adult.
I agree.
Until you're over
I
16.
don't know how to.
So.
Do you mean legally? I don't know. I don't even understand that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
maybe I'm too literal, but.
How do if somebody calls you immature, or is it because of your hobbies? Like, you do a lot of custom figures and stuff. Is somebody considering you like a kid, like an immature person, like you're your mental abilities have degraded, to the level of a 12-year-old. I felt like part of it is kind of calling into
Well, that's
question
what I took away from the article.
that.
Yeah, that's
But
what I took away from the middle part of that article was some of
yeah,
that. Like I'm not
but
a,
the but the
and
flip side,
I didn't get that at all.
the flip side of it was just the fact that look behind Mark. He's doing this stuff because those were in his heyday. He loved those items. I have a house full of vintage stuff. Whenever you see me on a stream, you see all that behind me. I love that stuff, and it takes me back to that place with those great memories because it's different when you're there and it's happening for the very first time than if you're somebody that's kind of catching up. You know,
Sorry.
like when I meet somebody that's
What is? Yeah.
older, and we
Is that
talk
you?
about music, and they say, "I got to see the Beatles in concert." While I love the Beatles, I have no idea what that felt like. Just like with Star Wars, for me,
Right.
that
Right.
was my
Right.
Beatles. That was my
Yeah.
Beatles moment.
Exactly. I like that point.
I got to sit in the theater and watch that.
I
And now that
like
I'm an
that
older
point,
guy,
Brent.
with a few extra bucks, I can go collect this stuff.
hmm
So
I like that point. And can I add something real quick, especially to music and it
yeah,
specifically, but a lot of things. One of the things about collecting that I also connect with music, and your little statement is like, so some guy you really like say, I like the Beatles, and that's really cool. And then you listen to the
sure,
Beatles and you say, wow, I like the Beatles. And then that makes me, my mind, I want to go meet the Beatles, and I would say, hey, Beatles, when you were a little kid, who did you listen to and who was fucking awesome?
yeah,
Right? And I get
yeah,
this real historical. I think, we were talking about being a curator in a museum with dioramas, being basically what we do, but absolutely adult. And
right,
so I think that just to me, like the nostalgia stems further than just, and it does for Mark too, it stems further than just our times, even. When you say, wow, this is a Britain's figure from 1898, which this is not, but I'm just saying when you go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I collect I collect antique firearms and I collect antique furniture. Um,
yeah,
for those same reasons. You hold something and you go, wow, this was made in 1873, and I know that it was on this battlefield, and it was issued to this person, and you go, oh my gosh.
yeah,
And there's power in that, like the way I was raised, like there's juju in that. There is power. And if an action figure, even if you bought it and it's made in plastic, if that makes you feel something inside, that's the force, y'all, that lives in everybody, that ties and binds us. Like I was raised by natives. I knew what the force was before I ever saw Star Wars, and then Pocahontas. You watch and now that they're in the Rock and the yeah, I'm on your level, man. And that's the
so
same. That's what we're creating.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
That's the, oh, sorry, that was pretty deep. Was that too much for the
No, that's
council?
fine. That's
No,
just what we need. I mean, Tina's been
Okay.
a good point there. Is it just men?
oh, I'm not looking at it as just men. I guess I'm just being
Oh.
selfish in
Oh.
my responses. Being about
Mm,
me. I mean, look, I'm a guy who's
yeah, I
over.
have to.
Here's a guy who's over 50 years old who's making videos on YouTube about toys, but there's a deeper meaning to it. Now, I don't mean that to be
Oh,
anti-woman or pro-male in any way. It's just simply my little kind of diary, and then we all cross paths and
Right,
become
right.
friends, and we start talking about stuff. So I
Uh,
more than welcome somebody like her to come into the conversation, and I've met some women that have some awesome collections. And I mean, look, my first custom Star Wars item was given to me by a woman, so I don't have you know any here or there about the sexist part
can I
of it.
say? Right. I have to say this. When the quote was made in that article, when it questioned adulthood, the only reason that I went to manhood is because I can only think of it as from my point of view, right? Uh so I didn't mean anything. I mean, I'm not trying to explain myself, but no, I don't
Sure.
know how a woman feels about it. I hope
Right.
that you're offended as I am because an adult woman
Yeah.
should be able to do whatever they want. I mean, what the hell, man? And there's
Yeah.
another thing, right? I say, "Hey, man," but I was because my parents were born in the 40s, so they say, "Hey,
Yeah.
man."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
nobody said, "Hey, woman." So
I
it's
I
not a
mean,
kind of
I'm glad that she brought it up because we wouldn't have been talking about it. We were talking about
Yeah.
the
No,
other
I
thing.
never thought of it
we were,
until
we
she
were
said it. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Through my own
we were
ignorance, I didn't think about it.
well, we
So
were
forgive
zeroed
me.
in on this article, and I guess the only take I was taking it from was you're saying that you're questioning my maturity because I like this stuff, you know. So I was just taking it
Right.
from
Well,
that.
like I don't know how I'm going to say this as a man, and okay, and I don't know how many ladies are out there actually watching. Tina, I think you're awesome. I follow you on Instagram. I love you. But I don't know how women feel about this, but I will tell you this. As a man, like no man wants to feel like he just got told his dick is small. And like whether your dick is small or not, or whether right, that'll make you want to fight somebody. Even if you have right, and I'm not trying to be grotesque, but I'm saying like nobody wants to hear that, and that
Well, in
upsets men.
Spaceballs, it's
And
a
I'm sure
sports.
there's something like I don't know. There's got to be a trigger point. That's men all across the world. I don't care who, right? Nobody's gonna. And when your girlfriend breaks up with you and she wants to be mean, she says, "Well, you know what? You have a tiny dick." And like we've all right, and they all
And
say
then you
that. We've
take
all like
and
we
then you
can all.
take your
So
Star
I'm
Wars
just,
toys,
and we get
I've
really
never had that.
mad, and we get our Star
and
Wars
then
Just gonna
toys
put that
and our
in. I
little
have
dicks,
never
and
had
we
that.
leave.
you
Right.
go.
Oh, well, maybe that's
But
American ladies, but I'm just saying every
Dave's got a
ex-girlfriend who
point.
tried to get
He's
mad at you
saying
said that, right?
he likes being a
Like,
dork, but growing up, we all liked Star Wars. We all liked toys
yeah,
when we were kids,
right.
and even at school, probably we got maybe
mm,
bullied. I got bullied a bit for liking Star Wars, for liking toys, for liking Star
really?
yeah,
Trek,
yeah.
whatever. It was, yeah,
Really?
yeah, and you would being a dork,
That's
being a
awful.
geek, being a
At
whatever
what
back
at what
then
age are we
was
talking?
really bad. It was hard, and you had to keep it underground. But now you can be proud about it. The good thing
Yeah.
is, the meek shall inherit the
Yeah,
earth, and we
that's
are
awful.
doing. Where's it
We're
going?
doing good, aren't we? Pardon me for 1 second, gentlemen. I'm just checking something. I'm
But she
still
brought
here.
well, I mean she brought up a good point just to kind of check us and make sure where we were coming
Excelsior.
from. But like I said, when I
No,
looked
that
at
was a
the
good
article,
point, and I did not
I was
mean.
just thinking of me. I'm selfish. I'm thinking of me.
Yeah, well, that's
But
what we do.
in that regard, so let me go
Um,
down that road a little bit then.
to add on to that, I read a really good article the other day about people who have been bullied as
Yeah.
a child. I've got great empathy growing up,
Yeah.
and are very stable people. They've got like it's a certain kind of PTSD from being bullied
Oh, I believe so. Yeah.
that people have, and people have issues. But it's not like PTSD where it's really bad. There's some good things that come out of it as well.
Yeah.
And maybe I
Right.
should link that article as well, because that was a very interesting article.
Yeah.
So linking onto the
Is there? I come. I can I. I want to ask a question. Bullying, I've definitely had a small issue with, but when you're talking about, as I remember growing up, when I was in school with other kids, I don't remember there being a dork or a geek. Like I'm just saying, I think not that we didn't have Well, no, I don't remember being called that though.
Yeah, no.
And actually, I got called a lot of other awful stuff. I wish they just called me a geek.
I mean, I'm 6.
Yeah, I just wish they called me that.
It wasn't physical bullying. It was mental bullying.
No, that too. I
It was worse
understand
for
that.
me.
I don't remember anybody ever making fun of anybody for liking Star Wars. That's the only thing, and I'm just so.
Well,
I wanted to
think
say that,
about-
like, man, maybe
so
Star
like I
Wars
was
is
saying
uniting the world more than it, right? I don't know.
Well,
That
like what
I
I was
just
saying,
man, that's awful.
like when I was saying, being there when this stuff came out. Okay, for instance, in my neighborhood growing up, at my age, there were only it was like 6 girls and me. So I played with Barbies and I played with G.I. Joe and I played with Star Wars, and it was all brand new at that time to us. You know, it's a lot. I'm not saying Barbie was
Right.
brand new, but a lot of that stuff was just sort of hitting this new heyday because of these movies and TV shows. You know, $6 Million Man, the G.I. Joe stuff was always a 12-inch scale, and everybody had this stuff. And then your neighbor's a girl who you're playing with, and she's got a Barbie, and they can be a couple or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I took some flack for
Right.
playing with them, but then I felt kindred to them. Like, these are my friends. You screw with them, you screw with me. So it didn't matter
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what it was, but there was some bullying and stuff like that that came from that too, and I guess that could be happening today,
Huh. That was a
where
big thing.
there are kids that just
Yeah.
want Barbies and things like that. But look, hey, I do research on collecting, right? So let me tell you, one of the world's biggest collectors of Barbie is Johnny Depp. So tell Johnny Depp he's wrong for it.
Oh,
You
really?
know?
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah.
I was looking at. Did you know that there was a exclusive Native American? I can only find the kin so far, but there was some
Okay.
exclusives, and I think I found the kin on eBay, and it's not complete or whatever. But I thought it was very cool because it was obscure, and I saw some Barbies the other day. I can't remember what it was, but I have a 9-month-old daughter now, and so
Yeah.
I do look at Barbies, And I was looking at Barbies the other day, and oh, I saw a Forces of this is an older one, but it was like a Forces of Destiny Barbie set with Wicket and Leia in her green poncho, and I
Really.
saw that, and because I never really looked at it before. Also, a lot of mine, like some of this is my stuff from kids, and I we'll talk about that later. I have a point about that, but I looked at it in two senses. I looked at that and said, "Oh wow, I want my kid to like Star Wars. That's a girl's toy," quotes. And then I looked at it as a person who appreciates cool shit, and I went, "Oh wow, I might have to get two of
Yeah.
those, right? Because
But
like
that's how I
that
got
looks
into
really
vintage.
cool."
That's
And
how
I'm
I got
looking at it. Yeah.
I got into vintage this year because my wife had a Darth Vader carrying case with figures in it, because while she did like Barbies and
Uh
things
huh.
like that as a kid, her
True.
dad said, "Hey, I like Star Wars. I want you to have some Star Wars." It had nothing to do with them having a daughter.
I saw that
It was
video.
just
That's
like you
so
were
cool.
saying. It was
Yeah.
just
Really?
like you were saying that he just wanted her to have something cool. Like he didn't care. So when I had kids, for example, I of course
Right.
poured the Star Wars on my son and my daughter, and we went
Yeah.
to
And
see.
it transcends.
So my daughter never got into the toys as much, but let me show you how much she was paying attention. So 2005, we go to see Revenge of the Sith.
Uh,
We're in the theater. Here comes Anakin. He's starting to make that dark turn, and he tells Obi-Wan, "You will try," right? My daughter at 3 years old clutches her doll
right.
and says, "Oh no, Anakin's gonna become Darth Vader." She spoiled it for
Ah.
everybody.
Yes.
And she's 21
Everybody in
now,
the
but it's just
place was like,
hilarious.
man,
Excelsior's getting
that's
you get
so
some good
awesome.
points in here.
No, that's
It's
awesome.
hilarious.
It's
There's
the bullies have
what is
been
it?
it weighs on heavy on them apparently, the bullies, and he's getting apologised to
Doesn't.
by the bullies.
Oh, it
Yeah.
should.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Really.
And going back to what you said about
Yeah,
the
as they
he
should. As
doesn't
they
think
should.
geek was recognised in the 80s. I think it was. I think we're more like called weird, maybe. But there was Revenge of the Nerds, don't forget.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't
Around
forget
what,
Revenge
Oh, I
of
84?
remember
the
that.
Nerds. So more maybe of a nerd.
I was strange for a lot of other reasons,
Yeah.
when my folks would have like friends come over for dinner or something like that happens when I had a room, and I remember I would always take, and I had the same 1970s Playmobil, and I'd say, oh yeah, this is my this and this is, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nobody knew really that much about it. Nobody knew, I guess, outside of like at school or whatever. Nobody would know that. But we all love Star Wars, and we all talked about it when and I'm of the age where we all knew the real ones, and then the
Yeah.
special editions came out in '97, right? And we were
You
all
love the
old enough,
special
and
editions.
I'm still a younger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were old enough to still remember. And when we watched them the first time, it wasn't new to us. We said, "Hey, where'd that go? Hey, wait a minute." So from day one, we were,
Yeah.
like that's what I think of as like,
You
wow,
know,
you're a real fan. When you see the special editions and that's the first movie you ever saw, and you think that's how it was, there's a whole history to it, and I think that's interesting.
Not my Star Wars.
Not in an argumentative way, but it's just
and
interesting.
you also realize
Right.
I would love those Barbies. I would love those Star
that
Wars Barbies. I've not
George
actually
Lucas
seen them in
invented
the
the
shops.
internet.
Yeah.
Look at us talking now, how they did in the movies back then.
Yeah.
On a video screen. If we would have known that we could have made the world
Yeah.
this small, there's guys in the chat right now in Canada. Lak, you're in Florida. Mark's over in England. I'm in the Midwest. I'm 50 feet from Lake Michigan right now. and we're all having this talk where
We're in the
have
same
all this in common. Things that we like,
Yeah.
Reasons we've been persecuted for it, bullied, and maybe there were moments where we lashed out to sort of revenge against the world or something. And then you get to a point in your life where something has to bring you a little bit
true.
of peace, a little bit of calmness.
Yeah, Chris.
And it becomes these little wonderful pieces of plastic art that you rediscover as an adult and wish you would have never thrown away as a kid.
Right.
Yeah, the original Star Wars special edition I like. I don't mind, apart from I don't know, the Jabba's it added something, I think, but it doesn't now.
Yeah.
It's just the Return of the Jedi, please put it back to normal.
Oh,
Jedi Rock.
Once you learn
I have to say, the only thing that
Ewok celebration, put the Ewok
Let me read that.
That was so
Yeah.
cool. Why the hell that
There are a
got
couple
changed,
things I like.
don't know. Put the Ewoks back, please.
Can I say something about Chris's comment? Is that okay?
No.
Is the council okay with that? No?
Point of order.
I mean, it's a council.
Point of order. Go on, man.
Okay. So, I'm trying to read. Yeah, the Jedi Rocks thing is ridiculous. Han shooting first. That went through an entire transcending of things, right? Like Han, there is no Han shooting first. Greedo never shot. Then they made them both shoot at the same time, and then there was a whole right. Yeah. And then he missed, and then all bunch of. That's all ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think it gave Han the character. It gave Han
he's
character.
Yes.
You knew who he was once. If you thought, fuck that, shoot him. He's going to shoot me. He knew we were going to shoot him. So
this is the Wild West, baby. You're going to let him talk.
Just like they wanted to give Greedo a chance.
Right. Is Clint Eastwood or John Wayne or anybody like that going to let a guy walk up and say, hey, is Billy Jack going to let you walk up and say, hey, asshole, I'm going to...
Billy Jack will catch you
No.
No.
Right. He's going to just, you're out. You're done. Right. And the only thing about the Jabba scene, I have to say this. The Jabba scene, when I was that age, was like, oh, wow, there's Jabba. Oh, there's Boba Fett. Hey, look at that big giant guy with the fur coat. That's that guy, y'all.
Yeah.
But as I got older and I thought about it, much like Han shooting, like if you're going to shoot, don't talk, right? So much like Han shooting, when Jabba sends Greedo, and now Jabba's F the shit, and he's there with Boba Fett, and he has this big stupid conversation. Now Jabba's not a hard ass, right? Like Jabba, he knows that he killed Greedo. Wouldn't Jabba just wax him right then? Because I expect Jabba to be the same Han Solo, Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, right?
I think you dropped your mic.
The only thing that ruined it for me with Jabba's. Who, me?
Yeah, you were disappearing there. Your audio. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, your microphone's going up and down. It's fine now. It's fine. Hey, BOE.
That's probably because I'm freaking out.
Yeah, tap your microphone.
So anyway.
Tap your microphone.
I haven't.
He's breaking.
They're in my ears.
Yeah, give it a smack. Don't have to turn it back on again. Right. So there, I'm just going to bring this up. We're going to bring that discussion to an end. I'm just going to bring this up now. There's a couple of quotes I want to. Let's get rid of that if I can. C.S. Lewis quote: "When I grew up, I put away childish things, including the fear of childishness. When I was 10, I read fairy tales in secret and would have been ashamed if I had been found doing so. Now that I'm 50, I read them openly. When I become a man, I put away childish things, including the fear of childishness and the desire to be very grown up." But it's actually in the Bible as well. Corinthians. I'm not a Bible person, so this is come a complete. I was researching it earlier, and it come a complete shock to me.
But the book of Corinthians, of all books, is a history.
Right.
It is a history book, so.
Yeah. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, understood as a child, thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So, what do you think about that? I don't know.
It all holds true.
It's weird that it goes back right to the biblical times. So
yeah. Well, I guess
it's not like it's been happening since like this article says since lockdown. No,
it's a humanity thing
Yeah,
and
it's been
it
going
brings
on for,
and it brings me a good feeling to know that we're all from these different walks of life and different places, and everything becomes so small right here on the internet, on this little app, and we can have these conversations and go, wow, you too? You felt that too? I felt that too? Oh, you felt that?
Exactly.
Oh,
yes, true.
we may have a chance. We may not
Peter,
be so different after all. We may have a chance,
I am. Hey, Peter, how are you, sir?
But Lak said
Nice to see you.
something about using the
Is my
force
mic
earlier.
okay? Is it better, y'all?
And what I was going to suggest was a simple prick of your finger, and you could check your midichlorian count. So
yeah. So yeah, it's
I don't have that
just
machine.
do what you want. Do what makes you happy, basically.
yeah.
Collect what you want. Just do what makes you happy.
What makes me happy is to get the true vintage. But if I have to get a Power of the Force from the later '80s or '90s, I will. So just today, I secured the bag of a B-wing, so I'll be showing that later in another time. But that made me happy today.
It's okay now, but it's been a bit dodgy.
The B-wing.
Yeah, we don't want to grow up with Toys R Us kids. Yeah, totally. So that goes to the end of that. This week's discussion. Let us know in the comments or whenever. Just let us know what we want us to talk about. Maybe next week. Where's that gone now?
I don't know. He
So
fell out.
that gives us the opportunity for you to tell us about yourself, about your collecting, just about yourself. Feel free to say what you want.
Collecting with Cool. If you go back to my channel, find the playlist for live streams. Star Wars Collecting Live. Sorry, this light keeps going out on me. I discuss how I came up with the handle Cool and things like that. It has a lot to do with my brother that passed away. And so a lot of it's kind of a tribute to him. And he and myself and my other brothers, we went to see Star Wars when we were kids, and we always quoted the movies even as adults. And when I got into collecting, I'd been collecting for over 20 years, but never any vintage. So I decided to start documenting that journey and sharing that with people. And what I've been looking for, and it's taken a while, but it seems to be gaining traction, is to sort of get into a community of other like-minded people who collect, but also have sort of this, I don't know, you have nostalgia, you have an emotional bond to your past, you have many reasons for doing it, but we all love this stuff. It is just such a great time for film, for fantasy, for sci-fi, for toys. They went out and they said, we need a marketing guy. We want to make some toys for this movie. We want to see what we can do. And somebody turned it down. Kenner says, we'll do it. It didn't look like it was going to happen. 78 it starts, and here I was, this little kid, getting all this stuff every week. And I still have memories of tearing this stuff apart and putting it back together, and then wishing I hadn't now. But I decided to start this journey on YouTube to share everything like that with everyone. And I'm hoping that I get more and more people to share those stories with me as well. There are a lot of divisive things with the movies. I'm a person who just is happy to see another Star Wars show. I don't dig too deep, but I try to share on my channel my love for collecting these toys, the art, little nuggets of information that I find along the way, like the book chronicles. I do readings from the book chronicles and try to share that. And I'm starting to meet, like Mark and Lak, these guys that have this sort of like-minded sensibility about this stuff, and just it's like we're still taken by this stuff. It's amazing that 50 years later, 45 years later, that we're all still taken by these films and these products, and now it seems to be even stronger than ever with Black Series, Vintage Series, legacy items, things like that. It captures our minds, our hearts, our wallets, and I don't know. I just want to spread that joy, and I want everybody to give me back that big hug. So that's me, Brett. The council has spoken.
There we go. That is the council done for today. What Dave's saying there is pick a topic. Yeah, we're going to have a topic every week. The council is going to discuss a topic, and you can pick that topic if you like.
Yeah.
So it is your council. It is your toy council.
Absolutely.
If you've got questions, if you want us to discuss anything, please let me know. Contact any of us. All the links will be in all the links have been in the chat, but I'll put them all in the description as well.
Yeah.
So please sub to these two guys. Sub to everybody. Everybody sub to everybody else. Most people in chat have got links. So
there's a lot of good creators out there right now in that chat. And the conversation goes deeper on Facebook groups and Instagram and all these other places. So it's always going on around them.
So let me just talk amongst yourself a minute while I do.
It's been an absolute treat.
Sort something out.
Yeah. Well, I would talk, but I don't know if my mic's working, so you have to tell me.
You're good now, brother.
We've got 19 likes. We've had like 30 people in the chat. So please, everybody, like the.
Wow.
5 days till Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
goodness.
even if you don't like it, still like it, and then tell us why you don't like it. Don't just hit like and not say something.
So,
because that's kind of chicken shit.
I'm going to gift somebody in the chat. Hopefully, he's in the chat. We've had this problem today. Chris put he gifted 5 members memberships, and they were out of the chat. So I'm going to gift a membership right now for everybody that's been in the chat. So one lucky person is going to get.
Oh, nice. I'm still trying to figure out how to do all that on my channel.
Excellent.
I'd love to gift out memberships.
Payments declined.
Mr. B, thank you very much.
Not allow me to do it, but
Mark will tell you how. I don't know anything about it.
It's not letting me do it for some reason.
Yeah, it's all new to me. I just got my channel approved for all that stuff, and I'm still getting it all together.
Your channel is very impressive, Brett. You're doing podcasts. You're doing things in places I'm not even. What do you call that?
I'm setting in pickup trucks at work.
Presence in
doing
awesome.
toy council work on my lunch.
I know. It's awesome.
No, I mean I wanted. It was important to me to
and the commitment to the council.
It was important for me to be here.
No,
because,
I know the commitment to the council.
I know you better. I know you
unrecognized.
I know you better than Mark, and I didn't want to, start off with that impression that hey, this guy's not going to show up what he says.
He's going to go through.
So, no, it's cool.
You're like, oh man, this is my friend Lak.
Oh no, we were trying to.
I didn't invite him. You invited him.
20-foot long sump pump in this outbuilding.
I am gifted
4 bolts, and it took 2 hours.
Just one for
Really?
today.
Yeah.
And Gapper's got it. So that's good. Somebody in the chat's actually got it.
Hey, congratulations!
Oh,
You've
awesome.
got a membership.
That's
Congratulations.
Free membership.
You can come over to my channel and just buy one, and then I'll like
you. Can buy them. You can buy them yourselves. You can gift them yourselves if you want.
I will gift some myself.
Yeah,
next stream, I will gift some.
Yeah. So
y'all can come watch Lak for free, y'all.
I was going to gift one.
Everybody's a member of the cult of Lak.
I got super chat. Merry Christmas.
I don't know how to
Merry
do
Christmas,
that.
Gap.
Thank you.
Now,
Merry Christmas to everybody and to all.
Yes.
So being that it is coming up on Christmas now, I think I'm going to be doing a stream Friday after all. I do a regular stream on Fridays, but were you guys going to be doing streams on Christmas at all? Any holiday things like that, or?
No,
some people don't. Some people are against.
I'm going to spend it with my mum because it's probably going to be the last Christmas together. So I'm going to make it as
that's good.
As good as it can be. I've got her something really nice that she wants. She really wants. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see her face on Christmas morning when she opens it.
I have a playlist on my channel.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's just called Jedi Archives, and in there are some live stream videos from Disney at Galaxy's Edge with my friend Aaron, who it was his last trip. So we got to do something, surrounded with Star Wars. And I totally can empathize with you on that situation.
Brett's at work. He's in his car.
Yeah, if somebody asking.
Yeah.
Give me a light. I know.
Hammerhead is a couple because of his dodgy eyes.
I'm in a work truck in the middle of
his bent eyes.
Coal burning power plant. So.
Where did that Billy Jack hat come from, Lak?
That's awesome.
That's the Billy Jack collection.
Yeah, Miller Hats made this for me. Miller Hats. And this is 10X Beaver from Miller Hats.
Nice.
Oh.
And I'm not affiliated with them. They're just a person.
Oh, but you got
yeah, you like that?
So yeah, you got it.
I'm trying to get a hold of. Hold on one second. I'm
giving away a massive package for Christmas. So if you want to be in the membership,
oh Jesus, yeah,
you're gonna have to be in the membership. Gap's going to be in it now.
Get your massive package from this guy
giveaway.
And get a box.
You said you didn't have a massive package earlier on, so you're out. You're out.
No.
You're out.
I have economy packages on my channel.
Economy packages, yeah. No, I'm just saying that's what people say when they want to be hurtful. Is that not what people say when they want to be hurtful? Like you tell people they're fat, and you tell people they're ugly, and you tell people their boobs are.
No, we don't do that. We don't
small or big, I guess, whatever the option is that they have, right? I don't know.
We're all welcome.
That's just what people say when they're mad, isn't it?
We take all comers.
Look, we'll go off screen and get. You want to measure them hard or soft? You want to measure them hard or soft, Mark? You want to measure them hard or soft?
It's always going to be soft.
Silence. Absolute silence.
In that case, I'm out. I'm out of this.
Exactly. So I was going to say something though.
This is a prototype episode of the council. Yeah. We want more council members.
Yes.
So anybody that's up for coming
we want a
very loose
cast of counselors
talking seriously about toys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We've got Lak on. How can we be serious?
We'll do a special.
That's what I said right before he went on. He said, "Okay, no cut." He said, "No cussing," and it's all
you've been really good. You haven't swore. You
swore
once.
He said the F-bomb.
Yeah.
Did I?
Twice, but once.
No.
Okay.
Mark
You've done really well.
I don't mean to offend him. I was literally raised in the woods. So I think I did pretty good.
Gary, you're always.
They don't cuss.
Y'all have no idea.
You've got to be elected. You've got to be elected.
The people I was raised by do.
If you want to be on
to the council, yeah,
you've got to be free. Yep. You've got to be free on the same days as these two guys, which is very difficult.
That's hard enough.
Trust me, it is very difficult.
Get days for my own content.
I'm available any night. We were going to do these Friday nights. These two guys can only get together.
Well, we know
on
you're
Tuesday.
available, Mark.
So it's still going to be Tuesday. If you're free on a Tuesday night.
Brett obviously cannot get together on a Tuesday all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And we're all like that, though, right? Anybody's phone could ring. Anybody's phone could ring, and he'd be like, "Oh, hey guys, I gotta run," you know.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
I was gonna read that comment. No, I guess the big thing with council was that article, and like I have to admit, I got to a point where I thought I was being called a fucking asshole, and I didn't like it, and I said, "Forget this, man." And then it made me not want to buy the toys, which is weird, right? But like, I'm gonna go still buy whatever I like. You know, I thought, hey, I can make a cool custom out of this, even though it started off as a big chunk of nothing shit.
I like that. The one with the Playmobil head on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I think you did a.
Thank you. It's over here somewhere. It was just kind of an impromptu thing. I don't really know if that's going to happen. What's going on?
I think Rolando said you have to pass the trial
again, Master.
Yeah, I like that.
That is something I'm going to.
What did Rolando say?
I'm going to have to get that clip.
He said you have to pass the trials to become a council member.
Do not defy the council again, Master.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'm going to have to clip that.
And then he said, "F the council." Okay.
Do not defy that. Yeah, that's right.
I am the Senate.
I am the council. Oh yeah, there it is.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I got you.
Never heard of him.
Hey, yeah, vote for Lak. I'm here for it. Whatever y'all need, I want to help.
That's the point.
You want to go camping or something?
You have to go for the vote, for the viewer vote, I think, to get on.
Who does?
I was about that then.
Oh, we're not viewer voting to vote us off, right? I'm not going to get voted off, am I?
Yeah, the tribal council has spoken.
Well, you've had 2 strikes,
Okay.
so...
Have I?
No.
But I'm the sexy one. Look, I'm the good-looking one here. And if we get attacked by bears,
Yeah.
If we get attacked by bears, what are you guys going to do?
Just stand there.
I'm going to raise my hands up in the air and go, Lak did it.
Could have swear jar.
Lak did it.
Does that actually work? Does anybody actually...
I'm going to push Lak in front of me and say,
The swear jar?
It works in Red Dead Redemption and all that. When the bear attacks, you just stand still and it doesn't attack you.
I've never heard... Well, yeah, I guess it works like that. I've never heard of anybody actually doing that, so... I mean, I know it's in the movies or whatever.
Yes, Peter. We do need a swear jar.
I nominate Peter for the council. He's a very eclectic knowledge.
Yeah, we need a hobbit. We need a hobbit for the
Hobbit
fellowship.
You have to round out.
We need a hobbit for the fellowship, don't we? He can carry the ring.
And Tina, I don't know what you're doing, but I think you would obviously represent a very different portion of the collecting community. I mean, we all have different.
I like that one. That's a good one.
What are we laughing at? Balance. I'm not destroying anything. I'm bringing balance. Yes. Did you hear me? I'm like, oh no, I'm not destroying it. But then I realized I am not. I don't know. I'm not Anakin.
You wouldn't have gone camping with him.
You guys are awesome. Let's go camping. Look, my dream is to start a glamping. What? No, you don't interrupt somebody when they say what their dream is, Mark. Come on, man. Come on.
Mark.
Interrupteddreams.com.
What? Mark.
We're going to start a glamping resort. Fuck Disneyland. You don't want to go stay on the Starship. Come camping.
Hello there. That's fucking Obi-Wan.
Nobody heard it. It said tap for sound. Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, you! Yeah, you dang wankers! I'm talking to you!
Look, I have all kinds of stuff going. I see what's going on here. I don't know how to work my shit, you guys. That's my bad. I don't know how to work my shit.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor.
You can see the comments now, can't you?
Yeah. I've got to bail, though. I've got to get back to it, but we will do this again.
No, we know you're on a time slot.
It's okay.
Keep the Bretmobile running.
We'll do this again, and if you guys want to come do something over on my end of the world too, it's all good. But the council will reconvene.
Yeah, just send me the. Yeah. Send me the link anytime, baby.
Right,
Mark,
we're calling into the session then, I think.
Mark, thank you.
Yeah. I second that.
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. I'll be more prepared next time.
Yes, I think we all will.
I'll
This is just a prototype episode, don't forget.
I will also,
I think
food for thought for the council as well is like there's things going on in the toy collecting world that baffle me. Like something I'd really like to get in depth in is what the hell's so appealing about Funko Pops?
Okay.
I just want to know. So
that's your homework for next week, people.
I'm going to be talking about that
next week.
I'm going to be talking about that on my podcast.
Is a Funko Pop?
And it's a weird phenomenon to me. There's so many people collecting that stuff. It's so crazy.
Well, that's it. I'll take the point of them being okay.
Yeah.
If you want to take the point of not being okay, because
I have a couple. I have a few. But...
I've talked about them before, and I do believe that they are an entry point for youngsters and
could be
girls. And
you kind of cut out, so I'll do whatever you want. I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
I bid you adieu.
Not talking about that.
I bid you adieu.
JD.
Good night.
JD.
Good looking, JD.
Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys.
JD, good to see you, brother.
Absolutely.
Stay loose, baby.
I'll see you guys next time.
Totally, Mr. B. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. See ya.
See you, Brett.
Jacob, wait till me get the rope. Jacob, where you go? Jacob!